Hey everybody, so yesterday I had a package come in. The box was completely damaged and there was nothing but packing inside of it. A customer of ours had sent in a set of struts. Unfortunately, the struts never made it, but the box and his note did. He claimed that he had packaged it with some airbags, and these were said airbags. I do not recommend using these for packing and any kind of drag racing components that have a little bit of weight to them, because they bust easily. And if they bust, you get a lot of free space in the box, a lot of movement in the box, package gets destroyed, parts get lost. I'm not sure if I mentioned it or not, but unfortunately he didn't have insurance on his package, so he may be getting like $100 for the lost parts. I'm not sure, I'm not dealing with any of that. I did kind of offer him possibly a discount on some new parts. That was the best I could do, but it's of no fault of mine. But what is my fault, in my opinion, is not kind of giving you guys some guidance on how to box up your parts prior to shipping. For one set of coilover shocks, I like to use a 24 by 12 by 6 box. It gives me enough space all around it to protect my parts. If for some reason I'm sending, like let's say a full set of shocks, front and rears, I'll do like a 24 by 12 by 12. Sometimes I'll go to a 28 by 12 by 6 or a 28 by 12 by 12, depending on how long the shocks and struts are. Typically, like Mustang struts with springs and all require 28 by 12 by 6 or 12 by 12. Okay. Our chassis style struts require a different size package altogether. I believe I use a 36 by 12 by 12. I can't remember, but that's besides the point. Anywho, what I like to use is construction paper that you can get at your local Home Depot. I have this green one that I order online, but they have like the brown construction paper at Home Depot. You can get it at your local Home Depot, and I just like the 36-inch tall one. That's what I use. I have it rigged up on this here, but you don't have to have this, right? So anywho, I pull out quite a bit, cut it, fold it, stick it in the box. I have it where the paper is up against these three edges, and I'm going to do that 2 more times. So I'm going to have one on each end and one in the center. So I cut it. This is how it'll look at the moment. Now, I'm going to compress it down some more once I get the parts in there. These are custom valve shocks. They get this fancy folder. Has some info on the front with their dyno sheet. So that goes first. Then I'm going to get some more paper. This is going to be for the shocks. Now this paper, kind of fold it in half, like so. I'll lay it on my desk here, my table. I'll get my shock, I'll put it on the corner here, and I'll start rolling it. Now you're going to see I have excess hanging off on both ends. What I'm going to do is, I'm going to stop the shock when I'm rolling it where the compression knob is at. I'm going to fold the paper over, and then fold it back again so there's extra protection on that adjuster knob. Okay, we want as much cushion there as possible. Same for the top. I can kind of feel where my rebound knob is. I'll fold it, roll it, and then I'll finish it off. And then I like to, you don't have to do this part, I like to take them where they still shut. Now, I get my compression knob, right? This is the knob that's most prone to get hidden during packaging, right? Or during shipping. When I lay the shock in here, I have my compression knob facing inside of the box, right? It's going in the box. When I lay the other one, here's my compression knob. I'm going to lay it going the other way, okay? The compression knobs are away from one another, and it's got the most cushion between the 2 shocks. So we'll do that. Get me another more. vacuum pressure knob, put the paper there, roll it, take the tape. Now these boxes here you can find on Amazon. You can order them on Amazon, that way you don't have to order in bulk. You can find these boxes on Amazon. The tape guns, like this one here, is a Tape King, and it's the wider tape. I like the wider tape just because it's stronger. We're shipping heavy parts, right? So we don't want to be using just the normal packing tape like you would for a package that's, you know, weighs maybe 10 pounds at the most. Your race car parts weigh quite a bit, so you guys need to protect them and be sure that the tape is strong enough to withhold or withstand all the abuse it gets through shipping. So then I'll get my paper again. I'm going to lay it 3 more times, and I'm going to try to get it around the edges here to make sure there's as much cushion as possible on the exterior of the box here. So if something does bang into it, there's a little bit of a shock absorber there. Okay, shock absorber being the paper. But a roll of this construction paper from Home Depot, I think this one here is 36 inches tall, and it's like 1,000 foot of paper. I think I maybe pay 50 bucks for it. I'm not saying you guys need to get that big of a roll, but if you're doing race car things with your race car friends, you're gonna have to send them parts off for maintenance and things. So have you a few boxes and some packing paper and some good tape and things for when you decide to ship off your parts and you don't lose out on high dollar performance parts. There's that. Hold it in. Make sure it's nice and tight. Then I go overkill with my tape. I don't know why I just do. And then when you get done, you should hear nothing moving around in there. You should be able to, I should be able to just, it's still good, all right? You should be able to do that and none of your parts will be damaged. That's how confident I am in boxing my parts, because that is what your UPS drivers will be doing when shipping your parts. They don't care about your parts inside. There's a few that may. Maybe Nikki can attest to this if he watches this video, but most of your guys are going to be throwing these things around, all right? And so you got to prep them for being thrown around. I feel so bad for that guy that lost his struts. Very unfortunate, but he's not the first and he won't be the last. So again, I just wanted to make this video to reiterate how important it is to properly package your parts when you ship things off for service, whether it's for me, other manufacturers in the industry. Package everything nice, okay? And I will say this, when parts come in packaged well, and we see how much y'all take care of your components, it gives us more of an insight of your program and allows us to see how you run your program. And it kind of gives us more encouragement to work with folks that take care of their parts when they ship them off. So there's just a little tidbit of information there. Again, do not use this style of packing for heavier parts. Does not work good. I never recommend allowing UPS to package the parts for you. I believe some people do it because of insurance reasons. I wouldn't let UPS package anything for me. That's just me. The parts that I have seen come in where UPS, the actual store, package things for the customers, it's never good packing. So take that as you will. Thanks for watching. Have a good one.